All right, shalom, family. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna read you uh, a biography of Benzion Netanyahu. He's the father of Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, and I'm gonna show you that their real name, last name, is not Netanyahu. It's something else. It's milokowsky. It's milokowsky, which proves that they are fake Israelites. These are not the people of the scriptures. Okay. Benzion Netanyahu was an Israeli historian and author of Jewish history, though he is most well known as for the father of Yoni Netanyahu and Benjamin Netanyahu. Netanyahu born Benzion Milokowsky. See, he was born Benzion Milokowsky, March 25th, 1910. Died April 30th, 2012. He was born in Warsaw, Poland, and he immigrated with his family to pre-state Israel in 1920, living in Jaffa, Tel Aviv, and Safed before finally settling down in Jerusalem. Once again, let's get the scriptures for that. I did it on the other one. Luke 21:24, and they shall fall by the sword, which the Israelites, the real Jews, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword and be led captive into all nations, which the Negroes did, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. So once again, these people that are in Jerusalem, they are Gentiles according to Luke 21:24. Benzion began his studies at the David Yellen's Teachers College and later moved to the Hebrew University where he specialized in history. He specialized in lying. That's what he did. He specialized in lying. After moving to Palestine, Benzion's father Nathan began to sign his articles with the last name Netanyahu, and as was the practice of many European Jews. Oh no! So it was the practice of European Jews to change their last names to an Israelite name. You see what I'm saying? Who moved to the area. Benzion eventually adopted this last name, a name which has name etched a timeless chord in Jewish and Israeli history. You see, they got to change their names. The real Israelites don't have to change their names. As in, as an academic, Netanyahu specialized in the field of medieval Spanish Jewry, writing a book about Isaac Abranil and essays on the Spanish Inquisition and the Moranos. He developed a theory according to which the Moranos converted not under compulsion but out of a desire to integrate into Christian society. The Moranos were dark black people. They were the original Israelites. That's why they called them Moranos, because they were Moors, and they had to convert and change their name to Moranos, but were pushed into being Moranos by continued persecution due to racism and not out of the pure religious persecution, as was previously believed. Netanyahu rejected the myth that Moranos lived double lives, claiming that the idea grew out of inquisition of documents. In the late 1930s, after having become active in the Revenant Zionist circles, like his father did, and debriefing the father of the movement, Zeev Zabrowski, Benzion moved to New York to become Jablonski's personal secretary. Shortly thereafter, when Jabotinsky died, Netanyahu remained in New York and continued his revenant activities. He served as executive director of the New Zionist Organization of America in New York, the political rival of the mainstream Zionist Organization of America from 1940 to 1948. During this time in New York, Benzion married Zella Ziegel, and together they had their first son, Yoni Netanyahu. While not overtly political, I get this thing out. While not overly political, by nature, Netanyahu believed in greater Israel when the United Nations can't say that. Partition something. 1947, he joined others who signed the petition. In 1949, shortly after Israel's official declaration of independence, Netanyahu returned to Israel and later became the chief editor of the Encyclopedia Hebraica. He returned to the U.S. in 1957 to work in the Hebrew language department at Drops College in Philadelphia, then moved to Hebraic Studies department at the University of Denver, and finally he returned to New York to become a professor of the Judaic Studies of Cornell University. In the late summer of 1976, shortly after his son Yoni was killed during the famous hostage rescue operation in Entebbe, Benzion and his family, including sons Benjamin and Ido, returned to live in Israel for good. Though Benzion's greatest professional accomplishment is His 1400-page opus on the origins of the Inquisition in the 15th century Spain. He is most well known around the world as the father of Yoni and Benjamin. Benzion Netanyahu passed away on the morning of April 30th, 2012. He was 102 years old. Benjamin Netanyahu, Benzion's second son and prime minister of Israel, has said the most important message he learned from his father is that whoever doesn't know his past can't understand his present and therefore can't plan for his future. Yeah, so you see, these people are not the real people. They are converts, they change their names, they do all types of things. And according to the scriptures, like I read it to you before, Luke 21:24, that the real Israelites would be in captivity in the last days, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. All right? These people are devils. They lie. They are not the chosen people according to the scriptures. All right? Shalom.